All right, so we got a new map for Halloween Horror Nights 34, and I thought I'd come on here and talk about it. Um, I gotta say, if this is true, then this is wild. So I didn't talk. I don't think I talked about the spec map back in December when it was really vague, but now we have like some names for houses or confirmed IPs. But keep in mind, this may not. These are all rumors and hearsay, so that it has to be remain to be seen. So I can't really say. We can't really say it's a done deal because some of these might change. There's still a lot to go on, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it so far. So here's what we got so far. So let's go through the map together, shall we? We're gonna talk about the haunted houses because right now we don't know anything about scare zones. First haunted house is an original called Nautical Nightmares. That's the working name right now. Nautical Nightmares. I'm always down for an original house. Some people are hoping that this is a sequel to Dead Man's Wharf, which I would be totally down for. I think that the last one, Winter's Wake, was a beautiful house. So I think that would be really cool. Or it could be really cool just to see it just sounds like a fun, twisted undersea adventure. That's what I really like the most about it. So I'm hoping it might be a sequel, but I'd totally be fine if it was an original house all on its own and not be a sequel to anything. Next house is one I think has all been but confirmed, called Horrors of WWE. Now I'm not the biggest wrestling fan, but it is kind of cool, and this one sounds like it's all but a done deal. But again, that can change. We're still several months out. So there has been a lot of talk that WWE is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. And you may be thinking, well, that's done. That's dumb. That's never happened before. Oh, but it has. Way back in HHN 5 or 6, it was one of the very early ones, there was an Undertaker house. So you may be wondering, well, who's going to be part of this house? The main focus is apparently going to be the Wyatt Six, who are a group of horror-themed wrestlers who are like this group that are a bunch of like backwoods killers and slashers. It really does work. Like, I think if you were going to do anything with WWE, then this makes the most sense, probably. So that could be cool. I know I got some wrestling fans on here, so that'll interest you. Then we have Five Nights at Freddy's. If this is true, holy shit. Because that's been the one everyone's been talking about wanting the most, right? Like, everyone and their mother has been wanting Five Nights at Freddy's, am I right? Here's the thing. Until it's set in stone, I'm not going to put a lot of stock in that one, because apparently Universal Studios has a difficult time working with the owner and creator of FNAF, Scott Cawthon. Apparently, and I can't confirm anything, but for all these reports I hear, is that he's just Scott's a pain in the ass to work with for Universal and Blumhouse. That's why it was so long to make that script the first time, that first movie. So, and that he was also the reason why we couldn't get a FNAF house for so long. But if this is true, then I guess they've come to an agreement on something. And while I'm in no means a Five Nights fan, gotta admit, if this is true, I might want to walk through it. It does look like, by the font of it, it's going to be based more off the Blumhouse movies. And we are getting FNAF 2 in theaters, so holds a lot of weight. But again, that could easily change. Scott Cawthon could easily pull the rug out from under them, and they might have to struggle to do something. We'll see how that goes. Next is another house like it's very much like the another house. Like this one, it's like WWE, where it's like, does this count as horror? And that is Fallout. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a Fallout from the video games. And I'm kind of here I'm not the biggest Fallout guy. I mean, I like Fallout 4 and all that, and I do know a lot of the lore. But does that scream horror to you? I mean, yeah, we've got behemoths and ghouls and whatnot, and you could do a horror themed one, but I kind of wish it was more of a horror-themed game if we were going to get another video game like Last of Us. I was kind of hoping we'd get something along the lines of like a legit horror game. Like, I've wanted BioShock for the longest time. I have wanted, I've wanted BioShock or Bendy and the Ink Machine or something like that. And maybe if FNAF does well, which I imagine it will, maybe we could get Bendy and the Ink Machine in the near future. Who knows? But Fallout, I mean, it's cool, and I can see the merit to it, but like Fallout doesn't scream horror to me. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a dick, and it could be a cool house. It's definitely going to look aesthetically like an awesome house, but like, yeah. Anyway, next up is a mystery IP. Now a lot of people are saying this is our Universal Monster house, which I am going to say, could we maybe not get a Universal Monster house this year? Because remember, Universal Monsters at HHN is working the Universal Monsters are working overtime this year. They're going to be not only going to have Dark Universe over at Epic Universe, but they also are going to have a prominent house in the Vegas building, which is opening in August, like August 14th. We know the Vegas year-round scare zones, like scare building, is going to be opening around the same time it is. So I really hope that's not the case when we get Universal Monsters this year. But at the same time, I can see why they would probably hold off on having the Universal Monsters. Goddamn chair. I could see why they wouldn't want to have the Universal Monsters everywhere all at once. So that could easily be the case here, where we've got them at Vegas and we have them now at a different park. I feel like that might be like, maybe we can make room for another IP within Universal's wheelhouse. But I feel like it'd be remiss not to have, at the same time, I feel like it'd be remiss not to have the Universal Monsters at Halloween Horror Nights, but I would get it. Anyway, next up, we have another original house, Dolls. I don't know what that's about, but that sounds really creepy, and I'm always down for original houses at Universal, at Halloween Horror Nights. And now we come to what is probably going to be like the big anchor of this. This is going to be the big one. Like, this is going to be the house everyone is going to be talking about. Terrifier. Now, Terrifier, I'm putting more and more stock into it being a legit house, because, like, that's been rumored all since the get-go. Like, it has legit been the start since the speculation for Halloween Horror Nights 34 has started. Terrifier has been a consistent, no matter what the changes. And keep in mind, we could still get changes last minute. I mean, we were supposed to get, like, there have been other houses that got changed last minute that were right up until that point, like, Billie Eilish, and there was also Evil Dead a few times, and Scream. So that could change. But yeah, Terrifier has remained consistent no matter what. Like, that has been the consistent house name drop every time we get a new spec map or rumors or something. So, I mean, I hope it's real, and I hope it doesn't get dropped, because Terrifier, Art the Clown at Halloween Horror Nights 34 would be phenomenal. So Terrifier would be great. Next up, we have Demon Cowboys. Demon Cowboys, actually, it probably sounds like something, because there was, if you went through Slaughter Cinema 2, there is a section called, it's not called Demon Cowboys, but it's about cowboys who hunt demons. They're like Cowboy Exorcist. It was like one of the mini rooms in the Slaughter Cinema 2 house. So there was a lot of rumor that one of the movies from Slaughter Cinema 2 was going to appear, and it looks like this one is the winner. Again, that's my thought. It could easily be an original house, but yeah, that sounds like it. Which I'm kind of like, I wish it was the Mardi Gras one or the Shark one. That would be cool. Next up, we have an unknown original, so I can't really comment on that. And then finally, we have Vikings. No, not the TV show. I'm talking like a Viking-themed original maze. And Vikings can be scary. Like, you have, like, Draugr, you could have trolls. I imagine this will be a lot of, like, Norse mythology. If we have any understanding of this, it's probably going to be, like, Norse mythology horror. which I'm totally down for. I am absolutely down for a like dark Viking kind of story. Absolutely 1% if this is real. So yeah, to recap, we have I'm gonna count them out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 original houses, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 IP houses. No, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. I can't count apparently. Fuck me. Yeah. So that's a lot bigger than last year, which was my first year at Halloween Horror Nights. But I understood why, because they were putting a lot of money into Epic Universe and probably were saving a lot of money for that. But here, if this is anything to go on, then damn. I'm also going to say, like, if it's not Universal Monsters for the Mystery IP, I think it's going to be Megan or another Blumhouse. House. It's definitely going to be something Blumhouse adjacent. Whether it be The Purge, it's probably going to be Megan. It's going to be Megan. Or Black Phone 2, or a combination of Black Phone 2 and Megan, because those are under Universal, so yeah. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Like I said, this is all like the speculation map, and things can change, but as it stands, I'm pretty solid with this. I'd even be down, like I said, Fallout is not screaming horror to me, or WWE, but I'd still go in those houses. I think we can all agree Terrifier's the fuck yeah of this. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.